Welcome back to the NDS. We are here at NightStalker for race 34. Quick look down qualifying. And back up. This is the end of the round of 8. Once we're done, we'll have our championship force set. Frosty to Otter on pole for this race. 69 laps to determine who's in, who's not. As they exit off turn 4, it's going to be a green flag to kick off the Best Buy 300. Here we go. Big jump for the 8. Awesome start there. Now you get to see just how they handle a restart here. You know, double wide makes it interesting on corner exit when they kind of slip up and not really hold it down there. You can kind of see what Toad in the 60s trying to work with on the low line. It's just so hard to go more than 2 wide when they constantly enter the lanes in corners dynamically here. Ben McDonald has taken the front, and Toad Warrior slips into 4th. That's not going to be enough for him. RS Fast 11 in 5th, but he's under fire. As for 71 racing around as well, Jeff picks up another position. Meanwhile, Hyperdrive, it's not looking good early on for the 33 team. They are on a backslide and need to get things sorted out. They're in a must-win situation as well. Meanwhile, the 8 hounding over the back of the 16 right now. A 1-2 run for both Ben McDonald and Frosty Otter. 3rd place, Toad Warrior looking for it. Not going to get it. Sometimes the outside rolls well. Both lanes can be viable here, and we're seeing that happen. As for 34, Tiger Man actually kind of plays it safe and lets for 60 have at it. That's going to be 4th place held. RS Fast 11 in 6th place. All of his adversaries he's keeping in check, so it's fine right now for the 23 team. Jake running 7th. CS Fast 11 8th, with Racing Fan and Team Duke rounding out the top 10. And there's a lot of double file action mid-pack here as well. Oh, KSS BSS almost went too deep in there. Looking at some of the drivers back here who need a good run but aren't having it. That one racer really stuck in traffic. The 44 at a bad corner. They're going to get on by. You see Logan and Misty Viper outside the top 20. They're really backed up now. Hyperdrive looking all the way to the outside. But the 1's going to run the middle there. And you see him at 99 as well. Maybe when you're 3 wide exit, the low side powers around bottom really good. Ben McDonald back in 2nd. Toad Warrior to 5th. Gotta keep an eye on 2 battles at once right now. The 16 is having himself a round right now. He's already locked in, but he just wants more. But that 34, he's doing fine on points, but is keeping himself just as strong as he has ever been. Like, looking at how well he's done this season, he's got 4 wins. Ben has 4 wins. Like, called showing up when it matters most, and that is exactly what this team is capitalized on. I mean, we've never seen a back-to-back champion. It could happen now. Well, now is in this season. The 71 just looking for one last win to punch in for this season as battle for the lead between the 34 and 8. 34 is going to get it. And yeah, that's the running order all the way. So everyone on track still there. And East Lamp top 10 now. Like the 20 team doing a really good job. They've seen like just how long this driver number combo has been around, but it just feels like reaching the end of days here. Although he is eligible for the season 7 shootout, which is interesting proposition. RS Fast 11 trying to get a spot in the top 5. The 71 getting passed. And that just leaves Toad Warrior trying to pick off one spot at a time, getting really close to Ben. Trying to get everything he can out of the car. As he's really leveraging the low line here. I think the 8 just didn't have a good corner. That's going to let the 60 kind of ride up. See if he could take it. Ben doesn't look 3 wide. Honestly, kind of smart. Oh, he goes higher on exit. Honestly, I kind of wish there was more grip up there so Ben could make moves like that on the outside. It's just so hard to really adjust for that when you're in the middle of the corner. But now the 8 carries momentum. He's going to hold second. And that's just going to let 34 Tiger Man run free for what should be another win for him if he gets it done. Now Toad Warrior able to try to burn the 8. Try to take second away. You see, Tiger Man, 25 points up coming into this race. He can afford to not win even if he's gets run down. Toad Warrior, it's one mission. Win or die. That's basically what we're seeing here from the 60 team. The urgency, ready to capitalize on this. Seeing a very spread out field. Everybody's just kind of doing their own thing. Having their own battles to fight, which is fair. See Ben McDonald making that second place move there. Now Jake and CS Fast and 11, they're coming into this 7th and 8th right now. Just kind of running their line where they need to. Let's go on board with the 11. As he cuts very hard into the corner, is going to get the position. Not sure if 77 is still out there. There he is. Not giving up. Sometimes if you cut down, try to shortcut it on exit, you don't have much speed, and that kind of costs you, but this time he's able to clear. I was about to say, where the hell is 77? Cutting right back along the low side, so yeah, not as easy a pass you think. Like, the pass made, immediately got taken back, so the ability to pass is what really sets this track to its, like, challenges here. Searching around for lines is exactly like one part of racing that's nice. Like if you're not content with just running the groove, like try to search around, like look around high, low, see what there is. The 20 backs off. the back bumper presents. Think he's going to let him run for 10th there. Let's check back in on Hyperdrive. He is currently in the 18th position. That one racer in 17th. BS Fast 11 having a decent run. But the two who are really struggling, Logan currently mired back in what appears to be the 29th position. This is an uncharacteristically slow day from the 42. And then Misty Viper also running bad. Like, it's finally catching up to him, it seems. Like, 31 and 42, their days might be numbered. The beneficiary might just be the one car if he can run just good enough compared to the 42. Misty Viper really having a kind of a bit of a crash out here. In the wall, not really doing too hot. He's just, shit's rough. And that could open the door for someone else below. Remember, that one racer running in the 16th position. In a day where a lot of drivers might be struggling in that fight, that could be just enough for the one team. The 23 team running 6th place, they're doing fine. You know, one thing the one team doesn't want to see is Toad Warrior getting the win. That might just bump the one out. The 23 is doing, like, a job asked of him. He's doing fine. The 34 is still there. He's going to point his way in even if he doesn't win. So the 60 kicking the one out would actually be kind of an underwhelming day if the one isn't able to point battle with those guys that he needs to. There's still plenty of like pieces left to be solved. Having to do these quick maths in my head. But so far, 25 laps, and Tiger Man is looking to be in control here. Seeing just how far back some of those guys who are further back are. All the way back to the 21. Yeah, it really is struggling here for the 60. Just being one spot short, doing everything you can do, it seems like. Team Duke rising through the field. He's up to 6. That 84 has been fine. Is doing a great job. The speed they've seen, it's just been one underwhelming round gets you down and out. That's kind of the story for a couple of these guys. And look at this. He's not shy of the inside lane. He tried to take the outside there. I like that look. It just doesn't pan out on exit when you have to pass. So you see the 8 dropping some spots. And now here's for 23 getting some of those positions back. Yeah, this is interesting stuff. The 34 has been out front now. We're going to get to the end of the run here. His lap time really falling off. Jeff's going to begin bringing them into pit road. Let's see, any big-time drivers who come in. The 1 comes in, and the 34. That's really about it. The 42 staying out for another tour. The 31 staying out. Now, if you're Toad, you're sitting second. It's like, now what do you do? He's going to stay out another lap. 23 in, 77 in. Guys are coming in. Peeling off. Plenty of them. I think Toe Warrior are going to try and take the ultimate gamble here. Now, I think the first driver we're looking at, the 34, remember, he's the first one out. Toad gets the lap lead point. Not sure if that really matters. What does matter is how you're going to come off pit road. It's going to be a two-stop race. I had to edit some of the I&Is to make sure that it wasn't they didn't completely fucked it up with at the end, near the end of the race. We see a drone here. We're gonna see just how good the 34 has it compared to some of the guys he's racing. Not even close for the 16. Bye. However, it might be trying to reel him in, coming off exits of stops. Like reel him in, like once the 60 comes out, you would expect oh, 60's got it even worse. As Razor, Tank Gunner, some lappers coming into play here. So everyone's still on track. So that puts the 34 back out front. Third, Frosty Wusky, then Toe, Frosty Otter, RS, Duke, Jake, Zentz, and that one Racer rounding out top 10. That one car might actually be doing just enough to get himself in that good position. Seeing the other drivers all kind of fizzle out, Hyperdrive is still 20th. Logan's running 29th, and Misty Viper is running 36th of all places. That's actually kind of bad. Now we have to see how Tiger Man handles lap traffic, if there is any around him. Honestly, the spacing of the cars are kind of consistent here, so it's just been a long run. RS Fast and 11, Team Duke getting into it. RS kind of trickling a little bit of spots here. I'm thinking he wants to keep those spots because he's trying to get the points to matter, but like at the same time, it's not the end of the world considering where the others are. Dirtman 5 is going a lap down. It happens. Travis Scott and Jerry. Jerry, it's an unfortunate season for that 4 team. But so far, it's been a hell of a race. Everyone's back out. There's only a few lappers, so like now everyone's just kind of puddling along. One thing you gotta notice is that there's that 31 of Misty Viper. Running in the 35th position is absolutely not what you want to see from a playoff run here. This 31 team has been cheeks this race. Here's the thing, Ben McDonald, even on relatively fresher stuff, I'm not sure if he's catching up to that 34. Like, Jeff just running away with it. He's got an even better run here, which kind of sucks if you're Toad Warrior. Because you're sitting there, good position, like Mr. Worldwide. Next thing you know, this could not be any, like, worse for you. Like, sitting 43 points behind and just needing the win and just seeing how far away it is. There hasn't really been any movement here. Take a look behind. You see the 8, that's Frost to Otter, and then RS Fest and 11 in 5th there. Honestly, that 23 is doing what he needs to. We keep our eyes on him. Next up, Travis Scott and Jerry going a lap down, and the 21. So I see a few lappers there. It's not looking too hot for a few of those drivers trying to stay on the lead lap. Also, the 34 needs to make passes on lap cars. That could let Ben McDonald reel him in. 1.66. That's going to be a 1.75. So rough lap for Ben, but now it's really on the heat put on the 3 car. I see Ben back there. I think he's going to get the put him a lap down, the 3. 38th place being Jerry. Not really a good look for the end there. That's what the 4 car, 21. Misty Viper, he's trying to make up ground. Like, he's trying to run away from those guys. Just isn't taking. And guess who's running? I think they found Tank Gunner and Razor, but like RS and Toad are near each other on track. Both of them know what they need to do. It's just who's going to get it done. I think Toad Warrior trying to get past this lap traffic stuff so he can put some distance between those guys. Tank may have looked like he tried to make a pass, but not really. Where's Ben right now? Ben's creeping up on it. Let's see. Looking different lanes. It's one a little bit higher. And just seeing like how good these drivers are is what's really getting me. Like, they're going hard and they're making sure they're laying everything on the line. Ben McDonald putting on a clinic here to catch this 16. Both these drivers finishing 1-2. They're already the top 2 currently in the playoff bracket. They don't really need this, especially Ben. He's locked in. He's just doing it for the glory, but that's all it takes. Drivers, like, just because they can is a good enough reason for a racing driver, as Jerry is given a very big inconvenience to Jeff. Can Tiger Man hold on to this lead? As the battle's right there. Seeing what happens. And remember, if something bad happens to a 34, that might be his season out too, because he's not locked in. He's still 25 points above, but we've seen safe and secure points leads vanish with a flick of a wrist. So don't think 34 is safe just because he's up front now. They're lined up 1, 2, 3, all behind. Here comes Ben McDonald. Watch out, watch out. They're going to race side by side. Ben gets it that time. 34 fights back. Ben's racing hard for it. And the battle is going to continue. I think the 4 might actually pull away a bit. I think Ben's going to clear this time. The 34 is so strong, he's not taking the higher lane to block him. The battle still rages on. Can Tiger Man actually defend? A crazy turn of events. I think Not sure how the equipment's going to hold up the tires exactly. I just don't think Ben wanted to clear himself. Maybe if he didn't think he was clear, but now it's very much apparent that the 34 is going to try and run this away because he's got it. He's got the car made. And that 60 of Toad Warrior, still 3.5 seconds back. It's like you think maybe he might have a chance. He'd like to think he'd have a chance, but I'm not sure if he does at all at this point, without a caution at least. 34. There goes Jerry a lap down. 21, Wolf Van Halen's next. We're going to go on board with Ben again, as caution is out. Oh my gosh. The yellow has been waved. As it's smoke on the front. We're going to find out what the caution is for here in a second. The yellow flag has been deployed. It's going to be for... Who the fuck brought out the yellow? Zentz. Zentz was running 10th. And the 71 just had such a high side run I think Zentz did try to clear himself there. That's why Ben didn't clear himself across the 34. Not to give himself any damage. Zentz did get it back going, but a lot of smoke on the front stretch leads to a caution being called. And everybody gets a free pit stop under this yellow. All 36 lead lap cars. 37 lead lap cars? Who gives a fuck? The money stop. This is it. What do you do? Everyone's in their box. The 34. 16, 60, 1. 23, 84. That one car has been stellar up to this point. Look at him go. And he's trying to points battle with 23, so if you're with 23, you might be a little nervous about that one car going good. If the 1 and the 60 double team you might be out yourself. A really terrible revelation could happen for this team. Whether or not they see it come to pass, not yet to be seen. In other news, Mizzou broke his camshaft. The 78 team really didn't want to see that happen, but they had to get last somewhere. Also a 21 with big damage. What the fuck did he do? Oh god, he just fucking ran it into Fred Jones there coming onto pit road. Misty Viper in the 31 and the Cooker in the 15, both near the tail end of the longest line. They're just back there. God damn, Misty Viper really not having a good run right now. Logan is at least clawed his way up to 20th, but I don't see that materializing anything spectacular. It's all up to these top few right here. This is the battle, and it's going to be a battle to remember. Slow cars on the inside going to play a nice challenge here as we hit this 12 to go restart. Watch out. Here they come. Jerry. Oh, Jerry did not get a good start. Ben McDonald has to basically try to beat Jerry into the corner. Try to make sure anyone besides the 34 has a chance to win. And that's not even talking about someone like Toad Warrior. He needs save his own season. Oh, an unscheduled stop for the 34. What is happening? Is a tire down? That might have just thrown away the season. Unbelievable. Ben strikes fear to the lead. This puts Toad in second. RS and Racer both in position to strike. Racer runs it all the way to second. What the hell happened? A disappointing showing. They're going to have to see what happened here. That looks bad. That looks very bad on the team here. Logan clawing his way up. Logan's not out of it yet. He is looking to save his shit right now. This 42. Trying to take everything he can get. Meanwhile, the 60 team is kind of stuck in traffic. They're not going to have a good run out of this one. And Ben McDonald is pulling away. That 16 leading them all. You got to feel bad for Tiger Man there. He had it all, and it just did not take. Something bad on that 34. That's tough shit right there. Team Duke running top 5. Just one last good run for the time being. And with that, I think Logan and Racer could potentially make the Final Four alongside RS and Ben. Logan's up to 6. He's done a great job recovering. Meanwhile, there's been Hyperdrive, who was completely irrelevant and fearing this 4 wide in front of him. Sometimes you drop a mid-car, and that's all it takes. Even Seto kind of having a decent run through the field. The 54 team needing all the momentum they can get. Meanwhile, it is nothing but Big Ben out front. I think Racer's going to be the final test to see if he can get a win here. RS Fast 11 doing exactly what he needs to. RS has been the only non-locked in points driver above the line going in to have a fine day in the closing laps. Toad Warrior. The name of the game was good, but not good enough. But look at this. Here they come, battling for the win. The 1 with all the momentum in the world, and the 16 trying to stop the hard-charging Racer. The top 2 could battle for it. Who knows? This could be the fight for the win. Racer is back against the wall with limited laps to go. RS clears away for 3rd. I think we may be seeing our top 4 begin to develop right in front of our eyes. They're just running the lanes, doing good, doing what they need to. Ben holding them off. 3 more laps to go. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Will that one Racer make it happen? Ben meticulously holding off. The 1 looks high and trying to get a run to keep with. 2 more laps to go. Team Duke has a lap car. 4th place is not cleared out of all the lappers there. It's just going to be 1 and 2 with RS in the sunset. But the 2 in the foreground battling for this win. Here comes the 1! And he's going to go side by side. White flag. What's Ben McDonald have on the high side? Here comes the 23! RS Fastlane 11 is in the picture. Ben falls to 3rd. That 1 Racer. RS Fastlane 11. 1 final turn. They're both going to send it to try to prevent dive bombings, and they're going to hold on. That 1 Racer is going to win and get in. And that's the race at NightStalker. Well, had a hell of a time. Goddamn. Some doing just what they need to, while others doing not enough. I think we had a very decent showing from pretty much all drivers around. Here's the final tally. Those who did good, those who didn't. That is all we have for this race. We'll see you next time. Take care.